Alright y'all, I made a video like this a few years ago but didn't go into very much detail with it, and just time for a little bit of an update here. For those of y'all who are still pulling ticks off of yourself during the summertime, and here in the south, those of y'all who get chigger bites, you really don't need to worry about that anymore. A lot of people have been using it for years and some people still don't really know about it, so hopefully this will help y'all out. I'm going to be showing you 3 different products that I bought. Now, there's no sponsors here or anything. I'm just showing you 3 that I went out and bought to do a comparison on what the contents are and what they cost and how well they work. Alright, so all 3 of these contain the same active ingredient. They're different brands, different concentrations. They all contain Permethrin, and what that is the magical potion that kills ticks and chiggers on contact. All you have to do is spray it on your clothes. I know this little bottle here contains petroleum distillates. It has a warning, so it's petroleum based. I bought this one because it's water based. There's no warnings about petroleum. The Sawyer's, I'm not sure. I've been using this and it's got a little bit of a petroleum smell to it. Now for you deer hunters who are concerned about that, we'll get to that later. Alright, first let's talk about percentages and how much is in each of these and what you need to do about that for treating your clothes. This is made to spray on your clothes and gear straight out of the box. It is 0.5% Permethrin. This is ready to go out of the box. So why would you buy these and mix it yourself when this one's already ready to go? Well, the only answer to that really is money. You save a whole lot of money and get a whole lot more. These are both 10%. This is 0.5%. So when you mix this yourself, if you want to get the same concentration as this bottle, you add 1 ounce of Permethrin 10 to 19 ounces of water. So that'll give you a 20-ounce solution that has the same percentage as this. 0.5%, half a percent. Now before we get to mixing, let's look at how much money you might save. This little bottle is 8 ounces, $7.99 at Tractor Supply Company, so that's about $1 an ounce. This one's 16 ounces, and it was $16.84 on Amazon. This is Martin's brand. And the Sawyer's, $9.97 from Walmart. So they also do sell a Martin's brand at the co-op here that's 36%, but it is petroleum based. Before we get to mixing, I'm going to do the smell test. And this is especially important to the deer hunters. We're all worried about the deer smelling us and all that stuff. And I'll get to that in a second, but first we're just going to go by the human nose smell test. Petroleum versus non. This has got kind of a strong smell to it. And this one doesn't. It's got a slight smell to it, but it's not strong at all. It's whatever they use, whatever soapy type fillers they use in this. You spray your clothes and let them air dry for a couple days, that smell does fade away. So these both are about $1 an ounce. This one just a tiny bit more. This is $10 for a 12-ounce bottle. This is $1 for a 20-ounce bottle of the same stuff. So not trying to put these guys down. This works as good as anything else. It's ready out of the box. So if you're just looking to grab something off the shelf at Walmart and get your clothes sprayed down real quick, this is the way to go. I'm going to go ahead and mix it a little strong like I always do in a 16-ounce bottle instead of in 20 ounces. You want the lid off of the measuring compartment, and it's got 1/2 ounce and 1 ounce marks, and all you do is you squeeze it, squeeze the bottle until it fills up to the 1 ounce mark. This is the petroleum based. I'm mixing a little strong. This will be a 0.625% instead of a 0.5 to be exact. Now we're going to do the smell test of Sawyer's. When I first started using this spray, this is the first thing I got was Sawyer's. This one's got a very strong petroleum smell. Honestly, the first thing I thought was it smells like gasoline. That's what I'm getting. Now, not to say that doesn't dissipate. The other petroleum stuff dissipates over time as well, but it's got a strong smell to it. So I'm actually kind of surprised by that because it says odorless. And first thing I smell when I open this was gasoline. I don't know what they're using, but it's probably petroleum based. So far my favorite is the Martin's water based. And like I said, I got it on Amazon. I can't find it in stores. I don't know why. The Gordon's brand, they make a big bottle too. It's got a petroleum smell to it. I've been using it for several years. Alright, since this one's new to me, the Martin's water based, I'm going to try this out on my camouflage here. And what you want to do is to spray down all sides of your clothes, especially your pants where you're going to pick up most of the ticks. I like to go generous with the spray. Turn it around, do the other side. Alright, so once you've got them all soaked down good, you just want to hang them outside, let them air dry for a few hours, and you're good to go. This water-based seems like it's got some kind of surfactant, makes it real soapy, just kind of like if you've ever mixed the Roundup concentrate. It's the same kind of thing. It's just some soapy type of surfactant that helps it stick to clothes or livestock or wherever else you're spraying it. I just pulled this tick off of my neck of all places. We're going to do a little test here. We'll see how this Lone Star tick makes out. Need a little more spray here. You can already see he's struggling. Here's another one I found on my arm. Let's try this on the clothing. Now while this one's starting to slow down, let's move over and look at the first one. This one's stone cold dead, and it's only been about a minute. Now usually what happens when you're walking through the woods and ticks get onto you, they start to feel the effects of that spray and they'll drop off before they ever bite you. But if they stay there for very long, they're dead, and it kills them. It's highly toxic to anything with 8 legs. So a couple of questions y'all may be really wanting to ask, and first of all, is it safe? Is it safe to spray this on your clothes and use it? And from everything I've read and researched on it, yeah, it is safe. In high levels it can be toxic like a lot of chemicals. Compared it to DEET, I looked up the safety data sheet for DEET and for Permethrin, and they're kind of similar in a lot of ways. They're toxic in high levels, but when you're using it as a bug spray, using it properly, there's really not much issue. A few people may get an allergic reaction to Permethrin, but it's not very common. So I think the biggest issue is going to be the petroleum-based products, and that's because it's petroleum. We know all kinds of good stuff comes from that. For myself in the future, I'm going to stick with this water-based for 2 reasons. One being safety, another being the odor. And that's the other question for those of y'all deer hunters watching. You may be wondering, well, is this going to spook the deer? They're going to smell it. Is it going to ruin my hunt? Here's the thing with scent control for deer, and I'm going to demonstrate by putting this on. This is what I just sprayed. It's almost dry already. People are concerned that the deer will smell the chemical, which they can. They can smell a heck of a lot better than we can. They can even smell better than almost any dog. So think about that. They can smell anything. They can smell you. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of the human scent. They might smell something odd and be suspicious of it. Deer are curious creatures. If they smell something different, a lot of them are liable to come investigate what it is. But if they smell human, they know what that is, and that's what's going to spook them. So I'm sitting up here in the tree. The wind is coming this way. It's passing over my clothes, picking up the scent and going down there. There's a deer down there. What else is the wind picking up? It's picking up my own scent and taking it with it. The deer may learn to associate the smell with humans if they smell it regularly. The wind is picking up the smell of the Permethrin. It's picking up your own scent. The deer's going to smell you, and that's what's going to spook it. Scent control, sprays, and all that will reduce it, but it will not eliminate it. So a big part of deer hunting is trying to get around the deer's nose. That's just the tough part of it, and you can do things to help. Use your scent control sprays, ozone, whatever you use. You can't ever completely get rid of your human scent. That's what a deer's going to be afraid of. So me personally, I don't worry about a little tick spray. I'd much rather smell a little bit like a bug spray than find out that I'm allergic to red meat because I let a tick bite me and I got the meat allergy. To put it into perspective, would you rather risk getting a disease from ticks and have a little bit of a scent on you, or would you rather just worry about your own scent and trying to play the wind and spray down your clothes and stay safe from ticks? And here in the southeast, chiggers are bad too, and I'm sure a lot of y'all know how miserable that can be. So a couple final notes that I forgot to mention or should mention again. Don't use it around cats. It's highly toxic to cats. If you have a cat, same goes for fish and aquatic life. If you got a pond or anything, don't spray it where runoff is going to get into the pond. And last but not least, you don't have to spray it every time. I forgot to mention that earlier. Spray it on your clothes, let it dry. It'll last through several loads of laundry before you have to respray it. Hopefully y'all learned something from that. Y'all have fun out there in the woods and stay safe and kill as many ticks as you can.